All right, you guys, check out this amazing story that's unfolding right now. At the bottom of the deck, energy, which is kind of like hidden as it relates to these cards, but I'm getting like the Devil and then the Ten of Cups, okay, and then I also have the Magician. And so what I'm getting is, there was an experience that played out, and I feel like, this is something that a masculine and a feminine have gone through. It is pretty much their initiation in this lifetime, as it relates to their purpose and their emotional fulfillment. There was specific things that they came here to learn and as well as teach. And I feel like there was some sort of attempt to prevent that from happening, okay, with the Devil. It's like they knew your purpose maybe before you did, kind of energy. And so this is for divine feminine and masculine energy that is really needing to be in their most authentic energy, speak the truth, tuning into your intuition and, balancing the heart and mind here. Okay, so I got this beautiful layout. Let's see what we got here. The first card out officially was the Death card. And so this talks about something massive ending and something new beginning. And so oftentimes the universe has our back in this way. Sometimes it can be bittersweet, but there's something that played out that needed to end. It wasn't for your highest and greatest good. And as a result, this shadow energy comes in and is like, here, this is what you need to know. It's like a little bird told me, and then bam, things are being seen that you've never thought you'd ever see or experience or realize. So this is kind of like, divine assistance, believe it or not. And then I have the Eight of Wands. So this is telling me that there was, fast energy, okay? Something happened quick, or something's been repeating. So I'm getting maybe it's as a result of someone repeating something as it relates to a position that they hold or how they see themselves in the physical realm. Strength can talk about persevering and overcoming and confidence and courage and, this is like big dog energy, okay? Even though it's a cat. But the Emperor is a leader, not a follower. So this could be someone who's also very in charge. And I'm also getting with the Eight of Swords, there might have been something that they battled, which was maybe their ego, maybe their self-limiting beliefs. Maybe this is a belief structure. So maybe their prior experience was based on a certain type of belief system, and maybe there's been some sort of shift. I'm also getting there's some higher perspective here being gained with the Hermit. Virgo energy as well, Earth sign. I'm getting this is kind of learning new things about something that maybe not everybody agrees with, or it could be a little taboo or occult or esoteric or something people would have something to say, right? So I'm not, I feel like there's a bit of recognizing limitations and moving past them or staying within these kind of bounds when it comes to a mindset. So I'm getting heavy mindset shift here. And there might have been someone who was observed, okay, as a result of this mindset shift. And then what I have here is also the Hanged Man. So this talks about gaining a new perspective, stepping back and kind of retreating, regrouping, reassessing. It also talks about sacrificing to where you're being led. So I'm getting there's a bit of that. I feel like somebody over here, heavy masculine energy, Emperor, right? That would represent the divine masculine. Really had their own paradigm shift in the mind. And as a result of, stepped into their higher self energy with the Hermit, okay? Being a guide, someone who's had many experiences, may even have their own battles with mindset, is now able to help other people with theirs, is kind of what I'm getting. It's kind of like what you've experienced, they may feel called to use to help others. And then I also have the Six of Swords. So this, again, bringing up the mindset shift and going from like victim to victor, and moving from the struggles of life towards the peace and harmony. And again, like understanding your mind creates your reality. And so this is, you know, representing the as above, so below as well. And then I have a Queen of Cups. So this is somebody who's maybe a little bit, you know, reserved, kind of sits back, kind of watches everything going on, very empathic, very intuitive, very psychic, very emotionally strong. And I would also get, like, there's a sensitivity here. But I feel like somebody knows what they want and they know how to get it. And I don't feel like they're settling for less than. I think she'd have, you know, a glass with you if you know, were at the same vibration. I feel like there is this like new outlook on life and taking a chance and moving forward, and feeling free and sovereign. And it's like taking the lesson with you and leaving the pain and the bag of rocks behind. All right. And then I have the Eight of Cups. I feel like going on this, you know, soul searching quest or journey, knowing that, you know, there's something better for you out there. And this is embarking on that magical connection with your higher self and, you know, what you feel your purpose and path is here. And then I have a Six of Pentacles. This tells me a lot about, you know, being able to help someone else with something. So maybe you very much could be someone who's been doing giving. Maybe it's time for you to receive, or maybe you're in a practice in which you help others in some way. So I'm getting like, again, I was getting, you know, being able to create on a very big scale. So I'm getting, you know, there is this attempt to try to prevent this from happening. So we're going to get more info. So I'm getting like masculine energy over here, divine feminine energy over here. Common ground here is the fact that there's this like awakening and surrendering to the process and understanding like things have to play out in a certain type of way. I'm getting like union energy over here. Okay, so let's see what else we can get. Okay, the Chariot, Nine of Cups. Okay. Okay, Five of Swords, the Empress for the Emperor. All right, so there's an energy that wants to rush in. They definitely realize that like you're in your, you know, glowing up phase, and you have a lot that you now honor and protect. And, you know, I feel like there is something on your way. I hope that you don't let the past hold you back from thinking that this person's going to do what maybe someone in the past did. So I'm getting a bit of like, this is on its way to you. You know, don't sabotage it in some sort of way. Like you attracted this into your life. It's as a result of this beautiful energy that you have now transmuted into love, light, just a better version of yourself. I feel like you've overcome so many challenges. A lot of them are your mindset and how you cared what people thought, and now you don't, because you're not competing with anybody else. You're just competing with yourself so that you can be a better person. I feel like you're emerging in some sort of way, maybe through some sort of creativity, or maybe you're an influencer of some kind, or it's something that you do that people observe of you. Okay, I feel like you very much could be creative. This could be very much creating stability and security and financial abundance for you. You are cultivating and working on being in this high vibration. You may be thinking about kind of, you know, addressing things that are on your to-do list. I feel like don't worry about a thing, chicken wing. Okay, like you have what you need, you know what you need to know. There's nothing new that you need to concern yourself with. I'm getting like, don't worry, okay? Be happy with the Sun card, all right? Wow, that is very cool. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Sometimes we go down a tangent and that's a message for somebody. All right, so 5 of Swords, the Chariot, 9 of Cups. What's really playing out here? 9 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things playing out here in the background. Maybe you don't have like the hindsight here or the foresight, but I feel like there's a lot going on here. I feel like there is something that you might share with this energy. There could be some sort of common goal or quest or something like that, or maybe they have resources you need. You're supposed to meet up and you're kind of like keeping a lookout for one another as well. The 9 of Wands is like wounded warrior. So I feel like I'm hearing help is on the way, or there's someone coming in to bring balance. So you might be just told to like relax, chill, right? Enjoy yourself, do things that you enjoy. I feel like there is also like this energy of, you know, making your dreams a reality. So it's kind of like keep dreaming. There could be some daydreaming going on actually, but this is you enjoying your life, okay? I feel like you've already been through the difficulties and, you know, you're not going or looking back, okay? This is also like you're focused on the present moment, enjoying yourself, regardless of what's transpired behind the scenes and behind your back. You're not giving it attention in that regard. Okay. 2 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. And then I have a 5 of Cups energy, bottom of the deck. So someone is in their emotions because they went down a direction that got them maybe into some sort of position that they can't get out of, okay? Or they're wanting to leave a situation. There is this cycle that's been closed, so I feel like they're having to deal with their challenges, obstacles, maybe things that they created. This is usually as a result of, you know, actions taken towards something. I feel like there was multiple actions taken. And so now that all of those have been taken, there needs to be some sort of, you know, cause and effect playing out here with the Wheel of Fortune and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. I feel like they're now realizing like that this is a new beginning for somebody, or a fresh start, or a new opportunity, or some sort of blessing. Okay. What else is happening? Okay. We have a Star card. We have the Moon. We have the Ace of Swords. Holy shikeys. Someone is realizing the truth, and it's God's truth, okay? That this is who they really are. This is who they truly are, okay? And I feel like this is being illuminated, okay? And also seen, right? It's noticeable, it's public. It is sometimes bittersweet, right? The double-edged sword. And I feel like there's 2 different ways in which to handle, you know, a situation too. So maybe there's 2 perspectives gained here, as above, so below as well. I feel like someone has a strong ability here too. So this could be psychic abilities, spiritual gifts, maybe even like a sensitivity, or someone is a sensitive. So like neurodivergence too. I feel like there's this light worker star seed energy here with the Moon and the Star. Yeah. I'm also getting like the Sun and the Moon. So this is like God and Goddess energy. This is divine feminine and masculine energy. And this union is protected. their mission, their purpose is a divine purpose. Okay, so anyone that tries to mess around with any of these people in any kind of way, I feel like everybody learns a spiritual lesson as a result of it. Everybody, okay? It's by design, okay? So it's like, you're going to learn a lesson, you're going to learn a lesson, you're going to learn a lesson, like everybody's going to learn in this situation. All right? Because this was, you know, a life-changing decision that was made, okay? Same with this. Same with this. Like, this was a life-changing decision that was made. And for some, like, their decisions that they made got them stuck in really hot water, right? And they're not sure how to get themselves out of this. So, and they're having to go around again. And so there's things that have to be, you know, like reconciled, if you will. Nothing went unknown or unseen. Let's put it that way, okay? Not a damn thing. And so whatever was seen that's been hidden, right? Anything that's been hidden in the dark is coming to the light, okay? For all to see. Maybe there's the sensitivity to that. Maybe someone's done a whole lot to try to keep things hidden. Yeah, Knight of Wands and Judgment. Yeah, someone is afraid for their personal discretions to come out and everybody to be aware of them. I feel like someone's taken some serious action that they feel really nervous and anxious about, because what they did was like super jacked up. Okay, like whatever they did was probably the biggest betrayal you could ever imagine done to somebody. And so they can't face accountability, responsibility, and I feel like their conscience is eating away at them. Okay? It's a painful situation with the Nine of Swords. And then, you know, King of Swords energy here fell down on the floor because I'm getting they want that in reverse. Yeah, in reverse. Okay, I'm gonna get it. Hi. It's a weird, awkward position. Yeah, look at King of Swords in reverse. This is someone who, you know, is not honorable, isn't honest. You know, spins a narrative. I'm getting like pathological liar and just verbally abusive, manipulative, hot-tempered, right? If they're not right, then, you know, it's like everybody's wrong. Like everybody's doing it wrong. They're the only one that knows how to do it correctly. They know everything. You know, they're just grumpy and pessimistic and just argumentative and dismissive and degrading and, you know, says things to you to lower your confidence of yourself, but they say it in a joking way, thinking they can get away with it. It's like that energy. I feel like there was a lot of action taken to try to keep someone stuck, kept, maybe even bound from moving on or having any success or having love or anything like that. And there was a lot of things done behind the back by many people against both of these people, either this masculine or this feminine over here. Because I have divine masculine, I have divine feminine, and I feel like they had their own variation of this experience, okay? I feel like this is a collective kind of lesson playing out. I'm getting that, you know, there was a lot of karmic relationships and even like just betrayal from people super close to us. And then when we started this reading, we saw the devil at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like many of this was a bit of spiritual awakening and that type of energy, ascension energy. And it's kind of like a catalyst. Yeah, look, there's the devil. I didn't even really have to look hard. All I did is it just kind of slid here. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes things serve a purpose. I feel like many of you have had that maybe of a mindset shift. It's like, you know, this worked in my favor. It happened for me, not to me. Again, I feel like there's energy here that I feel like we all needed to kind of be woken up to our pain, right? That we continue to hold on to. And it's like, this is a way to kind of free yourself and free your soul. All right, because many of us are here for a purpose with that Chariot. Look at Four of Wands. All right, so this is what we're talking about here. Union energy, King of Pentacles energy. I feel like this is going to be very stable, secure. I feel like this is something that you're meant to co-create with somebody else. I feel like this is coming together here. I feel like this energy is going to have to deal with their own, you know, situations. They realize that, you know, money isn't worth everything. Okay? I feel like you are expanding yourself in some way, shape, or form. There's some sort of growth. Ace, a 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, okay? Like, you are going to be helping not just your family and your generational line, but you're going to have enough to help other people, okay? So it's like you're paying it forward for other people in whatever way that is. It's not like you have all this money and it's like that. No, sometimes it's like, you know, buying cookies at the grocery store, you know, for the Girl Scouts, or, you know, buying an extra donut for somebody who's, you know, living on the street, or, you know, just being kind. And, you know, if you have something extra, people can always benefit from, you know, you sharing it or donating it. I just feel like you walk in favor in some way, shape, or form. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, they're watching you. They're burdened by the fact that, like, that's all they can do is watch. All right, King of Cups. All they can do is watch. All right. Yeah. They want to see you fall. All right. But I feel like whatever they wished on for you is what they're experiencing now. Right. And this is playing out in the collective. I feel like, you know, they may have been promised some sort of financial access, maybe family money. I don't know. I'm seeing like 10 of Pentacles. I'm getting like, you know, you are the one being observed too as successful in the situation. I feel like you took something and you grew from it. Like, you took a situation and you really grew from it. And it's really starting to pay off with the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. And whatever you're building, whatever you're working on, it's something that you were meant to do. And so whatever you experienced was also meant for you, okay? So trust that, you know, whatever you experienced was a catalyst for your growth and development. Okay, look at the Sun and the Empress. Yeah, come on now. You're here to help with this new Earth energy, right? You gotta learn how to do it. I feel like you're very divinely protected and loved. You are a child of the light, okay? And you're here to create from a place of love, joy, happiness, vitality, and positivity. So this energy tried to dim your light, and let me tell you, it's bright. It's super bright now. It's brighter than it's ever been, okay? So I feel like someone sees your light and they're coming, baby. They are coming, all right? Pack your bags, all right? Go through your stuff, purge. You can't take it with you, all right? What else? Queen of Pentacles. Yes. Going from the 9 of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. You got this figured out. Continue moving forward. Good job. Everybody's learning a ton of stuff. It's all awesome. You know, focus on what you want to experience, not what you don't, okay? And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye now.